our exposition.
Okay.
I'll tell you the right way to see our exposition, and after that, if you have questions, I'll try to be useful as you need.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
We not so often
Eh?
we have guests from Hrvatska.
Okay.
That's why it's a little bit amazing. Maybe for I'm here in the museum as a guide 10 years.
Okay.
You are the second such occasion.
Nice. Okay.
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 That's a museum about the new history.
Okay.
New history, that's the period from 1878 till 1939.
Okay.
I'm sure you know 1939, the beginning of Second World War, but do you know this special year in our history, 1878?
Eh? No, I don't know.
That's why you're here in the museum, I'll tell you, okay? That's the year of our liberation from Ottoman rule.
Okay.
I'm sure you have heard,
Yes.
we had 5 centuries Ottoman influence.
Yes.
By the way, that's a rare case in the world history after so long foreign influence to be revived the state.
Okay.
Because we lost everything. We lost our royal family, our aristocracy, even our independent Bulgarian church. We're Orthodox, we have independent national churches, I'm sure you know, but during the Ottoman period, by the Sultan was allowed only Constantinople Patriarchy.
Okay.
Yes, the same religion, but Greek language in the churches.
Okay.
On that period, schools were to the churches.
Okay.
5 centuries, we Bulgarians, we hadn't any national institutions.
Okay.
That's why it's amazing even for us how we survived our language.
So in the churches and in the schools was spoken only
Greek.
Only Greek, not Bulgarian.
Yes.
Okay.
Because that's Bulgarian language was used only at home.
Okay.
In the families. That's why it's amazing even for us how
It is
we
amazing,
survive.
yes. In Croatia we had masses and a school from 9th century.
Here, I want to mention that maybe you have heard, Bulgaria is officially declared as the oldest European state. What we mean, the first Bulgarian state, we mean only on this territory along the Danube, was established in 681.
Okay.
On that moment in Europe there were 10, 11 state formations, but till now only Bulgaria exists with the same name.
Okay.
Also, maybe you have heard, I mentioned this not only to be proud.
Just a little?
Yes.
Okay.
But I mention usually for our foreign guests, this only to help you to realize this patriotical enthusiasm of Bulgarians after the revival of the Third Bulgarian Kingdom.
Okay.
Usually, by the way, this atmosphere of feeling of mission, patriotical enthusiasm was typical on the territory of all revived Principality Bulgaria. But the very curious situation was in Varna.
Okay.
Usually I mention this photo.
Okay.
That's Varna 3 years after the liberation.
Okay.
You see, that's amazing this one.
Okay, mosques.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now in Varna we have only one with minaret, one without. At the end of Ottoman period, in Varna there were 12, 15 mosques.
Okay.
Why so many? That's connected with this special position of Varna. For the Ottoman Empire, Varna was the biggest fortress on the Black Sea coast.
Okay.
Varna was a part of so-called fortress set, 4 fortresses, Russe on the Danube, Silistra, Shumen, Varna. Because in the whole history between these close to us Bulgarian two empires, Ottoman and Russian empires, there were 10 Russian-Turkish wars.
Yes.
Russia always wanted to take place here on the Black Sea coast. Their
Yes.
dream, Bosphorus, Constantinople, and we're lucky to be on the road of Russian troops to their dream.
Very lucky.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Ukrainians.
Yeah. That's Varna was destroyed and bombed only from Russians.
I could imagine.
Yeah, and that's why about so many mosques, because every time when Russian troops crossed the Danube, usually on Russe, from Constantinople by ships, here appeared big Ottoman army to go up to Russe to meet the aggressor. They needed to pray before the battles. That's why so many mosques, not because most of the citizens were Muslims. Now, the first, the big surprise usually about, for our foreign guests, about the citizens. 1878, in Varna, population was about 21,000. From them, only 3,500 were Bulgarians. The rest, mainly Greeks.
Okay.
Also, Turkish, Tatars, Gagauz, Armenians, Gypsies. Don't worry, all they lived peacefully by neighborhoods.
Okay.
But why so small part were Bulgarians? Bulgarians lived around the fortress. That's connected with our small Bulgarian secret. We Bulgarians were not a sea nation. We are close to the land. We have perfect soil, perfect climate, different relief, different kind of soil. That means big variety of fresh food from the land. Black Sea, that's not Mediterranean. Black Sea is with a small life level, only 200 meters with oxygen.
Yes, I know.
It's not a lot of fresh
Yes,
fish.
because fish mostly lives on the bottom of the sea. Yes, I
Yes.
know.
That's why, of course, that's Bulgarians were pragmatic people.
So
Too dangerous Black Sea. That's why a little bit far from from the coast.
Okay.
Greeks, they are sea nation, and they appeared here 6th, 4th century BC, and that's why they were busy with sailing, fishing. They lived along the coast,
Okay.
and especially when Varna was a fortress, Bulgarians started to live around. After the liberation, we were liberated. All questions connected with the borders, political system, they were declared not by us. We hadn't, 5 centuries, we hadn't any national institutions. And that's why you see all borders were declared among all great powers. And they used not ethnical principle, but the principle of influence. But that's why there were signed two peace treaties. San Stefano, after that Berlin Treaty. But Berlin Treaty, which divided Bulgarian lands, was perfect for Varna, because after 7 years the unification was declared and started big migrative waves from Bulgarians from our south regions.
Okay.
Fortress wall was destroyed.
Okay.
We lost the war. And perfect for Varna. Again, options for business, jobs. That's why a lot of Bulgarians moved from different regions and they chose Varna. And that's why for a short time Varna started to be first Bulgarian town, and all these people who moved, a lot of rich educated Bulgarians came back from abroad. Their roots were not from here. Here rich educated were Greeks. They were from the countryside, but they were traders, and a lot of them chose Varna. That's why for a short time here appeared big concentration of creative energy. That's why it was possible to change Varna from a typical Orient town to European resort.
Okay.
And they started in 1921, they started not all-inclusive, but they was declared Varna would be the Balkan Nice. And they started, that's why I mentioned not all-inclusive and sunny beach, they started healthy tourism, cultural tourism, festival tourism. That's why this period is a good example to believe, even for my generation, that it's possible to change. They did it. And that's a very short period, 50, 60 years after the liberation. Hello, after just a moment, where are you from? Just a moment, I will continue. English,
okay.
Okay, a little bit later, I'm the guide of the museum, I'll finish with this guest and I'll give you info.
Thank you.
Okay, you can start from downstairs first.
Okay.
We have info boards on the walls in English. Okay?
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Sorry. That's why really this period is even for my generation, because that's why I mentioned 5 centuries. That's a lot of generations. That's why even till now we have problems. It's complicated for us to believe that now that's our state, because 5 centuries we were out of the state.
Okay.
We only paid more taxes.
Okay.
And we only started again to be back to Europe. And after that, even not the problems were connected for Bulgaria with Second World War, because we are lucky, we are south of the Danube. We were not on the main road of main battles. But after that socialist experiments, everything down.
I know.
We only started again to create our educated, rich class. And they were killed, sent to the prisons. But I'm optimist. I try to find something good in all situations. That's why I mentioned the good news is that these socialist experiments lasted not 5 centuries, but only 47 years. And but really, that's why I started with this patriotical enthusiasm, this feeling of mission. And here Varna is a good example, because a lot of here appeared a lot of active Bulgarians, energetic. That's why that's why I'm asking where I'm from. When I have guests from USA, I'm seriously joking that Varna was formed approximately as USA, from people coming from everywhere.
Okay.
But really they were with feeling of mission. And we invited, of course, a lot of foreign specialists, a lot of Czechs. Yes, that was genius idea. Not Russians, big brother, yes.
Good for you.
Yeah, yes. Czechs, because that's another big question why, but in short, that's because Czechs, they also were a part of Austrian Empire, yeah, but they didn't, they were a part of Central European Constitutional, they survived their educational system, museums, and that's why, but they revived their state 40 years after Bulgaria. And that's why during this period they were officially invited here in Bulgaria, and they helped us. For example, for Varna, famous are brothers Shkorpil, archaeological specialist, Anton Novak, park engineer. He organized this beautiful sea garden. That's why they really, but that was a period with, in fashion, were French ideas of national state. That's why all these people, active, energetic, with this feeling of mission, they really feel themselves at the trend. And they use these options because a lot of these Czechs live till the end of their lives here in Varna, in Bulgaria. And that's why they realize their European grand ideas, and that's why I mentioned they started high quality projects. Downstairs we have a hall about the economic development. You'll have the chance to see this. Of course, industry was a sign of the civilization for the West European funds. That's why you see on the left small workshops on the time of liberation, on the other side industrial projects. The first cotton spinning factory, one of the biggest textile factory. But they used high quality Egypt cotton. We haven't cotton here. But joint stock companies, English equipment, funds. But we had another treasure, Cleo Mayers. They founded the winning business, sea tourism. And I mentioned that sea tourism officially was declared here in Varna in 1921. Bulgaria was after 3 wars, 2 Balkan wars, 1912, 13, 14, First World War. Bulgaria lost 2 of them. We're not so proud of this. Not problems, not big destructions, but we had to pay to the winners by territories. Near Varna is our famous corn region, Dobruja.
Yes, I know.
Till now, made for export through Varna port. That's high quality wheat. This region was given to Romania, and here the works in the port stopped. Social problems, nearby socialist revolution. Our mayors had to find new business. Genius idea. Sea tourism. That's why when I have guests from Romania, I tell them, thank you that you took Dobruja, because he appeared new grand ideas. Of course, they gave back us Dobruja during the Second World War. I tell them, thank you also. Really, very complicated period with a lot of problems. Reading the documents also, don't forget, first of all, Russia wanted to put their influence, and reading the documents, that's amazing how our young political leaders survived just revived Principality Bulgaria, I mean, after the liberation from Ottoman rule. Okay, that's so-called mayor's hall. All documents are connected with our mayors, the leaders of the town. Over there, emblematic structures in the sphere of culture and education. The first cathedral after the liberation was built here
Okay.
in Varna. The first royal summer residence, the first music fest opened in 1926 when officially were opened so-called modern sea baths. And upstairs we have a hall with reconstructions from old photos.
Okay.
That's only to feel this atmosphere of old resort Varna. You'll see a luxury room from the most luxury hotel, Grand Hotel London, coffee shop, restaurant, guest hall. And the last detail from this photo, this one, this building, that's the building of our museum, this one. That's one of the oldest survived buildings here in Varna. It was constructed from rich Greeks for rent in the period of 1832-35, almost 200 years. That's why for short it was used as a Belgian consulate, hotel, workshops, even as a prison. Be sure the most luxury prison with a sea view at the coast. Only for 12 years before the real prison was built, which is used till now. But I don't recommend you to know where is our prison. Now, we have more pleasant places for all walks. As the museum started to be used from 1964.
Okay.
Communist period, genius idea of our architect to place here the Museum of Communist and Revolutionary Movements. That's why the building was reconstructed and survived. In another way, they like communists to destroy everything old. After the democracy changes, a new conception was made. Also a good idea of my colleagues to show this exciting period of developing Havana.
Can I ask you one thing?
Yeah.
Bulgaria is worldwide famous for rose products.
Yeah.
2/3 of world rose products like rose water, rose
Yeah.
perfume are from Bulgaria.
Yeah?
But I never saw a single rose in this country. Where are these places?
That's a special valley. We have a special valley in the countryside in the middle. Kazanluk, that's the emblematic town around, because that's a special kind of roses.
Okay.
It's used for this special oil.
Which is the city?
Kazanluk.
Kazanluk. No.
Kazanluk.
Central Bulgaria.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's a special valley. That's called Rose Valley.
Okay.
If you check in internet, Rose Valley, and you'll see. But that is a special, that's not all the time, that's especially in May.
Okay.
It's the suitable period to collect.
Okay.
And of course, different kind of roses we have, but we have a good climate, and that's why our garden designers use different kind of flowers. But really for this, that's a special kind of rose.
Okay.
It's not all kinds of roses.
Okay.
And we have special events in this town when this period is for the best to collect all these roses. That's why, yeah.
Very nice.
Okay, we have info boards on the walls.
Okay.
Look by yourself. After that, if you have questions, I'm here.
Thank you very much. Very kind and very interesting.
That's why I'm here to
Thank you.
help to our foreign guests to feel, to understand Bulgarians.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, madam.
Okay, thank you
Okay.
for choosing us.
What is this? Model of Dampflerkommobil from the start of 20th century. Steam, a kind of steam engine vehicle. It looks cool, really cool. Look this. This is bicycle. No, tricycle actually. This is so cool. Beautiful. Oh, this is bottle for soda water. They was still around when I was small. This is so cool. Okay. Some old notes. This is 100 golden levs. It is big like a newspaper. Awesome. Some medals from Soviet Union. Old cigarettes, also from 100 years ago. Oh, this is cool. Viewing loom from the factory progress 1903. Awesome. Some old diplomas. Singer machine, this had my grandmother. She was repairing clothes on this, same one like this, beautiful. What is this? Oh, this is hand knitting machine. Oh. Old singer, Jesus Christ. This machine was used by my grandma, her mother, her granny, and maybe to get back 300 years into the century. Okay, this is vintage blacksmith's bellows work. Huge one. Blacksmith tools. Old banknotes. 10,000 levs from 1919. A printing press from 1880. Map of the Varna district from start of 20th century. This is a survey instrument.
Because we Bulgarians, we are not a sea nation. We are afraid of the sea. We are close to the land. That's why I mentioned that's the big question how Bulgarian nation was formed. With Proto-Bulgarian Slavic, but here they found that good soil, good land.
On te traduit du coup? Oui.
Old books, old notebooks. $130 years of. Some Maria Louise, I don't know what is, but Glavna klasna knjiga. Okay, this is, I understand. This is professor book where he was putting marks of students.
Only to help you to understand the context. Why it, because how it was possible
A teacher's
to
dress.
survive our language 5 centuries. That's why for us Bulgarians, that's code Bulgaria. And that was connected also this period of... No, Varna,
You were keeping the name or?
no, just a moment. Here, especially the situation in Varna was that Varna, that was not Bulgarian town all the time of liberation because mainly Greeks lived. That's the territory of ancient Odessos. Here, because I mentioned, we Bulgarians were not a sea nation. We're a little bit far from the sea because we have perfect soil, perfect climate. The Black Sea, that's not Mediterranean. Black Sea is with a small light level, only 200 meters with oxygen. That's why it not be variety of fish.
Lumps.
And because Varna was the biggest fortress for the Ottoman Empire on the Black Sea coast. As a fortress, not options for business trade. Bulgarians live around the fortress. But after the liberation, here the Greeks came 6th century BC.
East Orthodox priest garment from 1920.
Sailing, fishing. But after the liberation, fortress wall was destroyed. Here appeared a lot of Bulgarians from different regions because Bulgarian lands were divided equally for acres. We had any national institution. That's what
radios, long play. This is start of 20th century, all this stuff. This was the room from old Hotel London, also from 100 years ago. Sladkarnica Banana. Okay, this was kind of a sweet coffee shop, something like that. I don't know well Bulgarian, so... okay, so this was... Ledarnik. Okay, there he was keeping ice inside to keep... it is basically old fridge, damn it. Ledarnik means ice storage to keep food and drinks cold. Beautiful. Also, this is 100 years old, at least. So it was, old bar, old restaurant was looking like this. So cool. Oh, that is for top beer there. I'm so cool this is. So these are pictures from beginning of Varna tourism between two world wars. Old handmade postcards. Old photo machine. Jesus, they was huge. Photo atelier is gone. I don't know. So this was photo atelier from start of 20th century. This is sign of a lawyer, advocati, even this, even this. Okay, this was the lawyer's office then. Lawyer's office. A waiting room for the lawyer's office. This was basically a home of some bourgeois family. They had a piano which was sign of a high class, LP player, things like this. Old movie posters. Benghazi. Movie Benghazi. Charlie Chaplin. Na lovi za duhove. Sam Ghost Hunt movie. Okay. So old hats, male and female. By my opinion, people from 100 years ago had much more fashion style than today's generation. What is this? Fashion was awesome 100 years ago. Absolutely awesome. Also, these are tourist booklets from the start of 20th century when Varna started to develop into the seaside touristic destination. I don't know what is this. Anyway. What is this? Oh, nothing. Street tags, both in Cyrillic and Latinic.
Also had to abdicate after the First World War, but on that moment, on the throne appeared his son. He was really Bulgarian. They really were built as Bulgarian leaders. And he was on the throne.
Опа. Museum of New History of Varna. If you come in this city, please visit this place, it is awesome. Bye!